They love, so you can ask him for help with stuff. But I love that he came through. Thank you so much for that. It was so nice meeting you. Gonna have to jump off now. Well. Thank you. I'm glad I could help. And bless you, my dear. And that color looks great on you. Okay, see you guys next week. I love you much. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Hi, welcome. My name is...
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Lavender Mood Healing with Bree Patak. Live from linktr.ee/Lavender Moon Healing. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Lavender Mood Healing on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, welcome. My name is Bree. I am Lavender Moon Healing, and I am honored to be here this evening. I am super excited, and I am grateful for all of those who are joining me and sharing their energy with me, and I couldn't be more excited. So a little bit about me. I am a psychic medium, Reiki master practitioner. I was gifted my gifts about 1.5 years ago after the universe decided it was time, and I have been blessed ever since. It has been a wild ride, and it has led me to this amazing adventure, and I couldn't be more excited. So I did have a day today. The word flow kept coming up in my day today, and I felt like it's something that I needed to touch on, because we kind of forget in life that we need to just ride the wave, and we need to just kind of go for it and surrender. And I was listening to meditation this morning, and she was talking about how life is a river. And I always use that comparison because it can be bumpy and it can be smooth sailing sometimes. And sometimes we grasp a hold of the banks of the river, the sides of the river, and we hold on so tight because we're so scared of what's going to happen if we let go. And when we let go, we just float down the river and we're safe because the water takes us to calmer areas. And I think sometimes in life, that's what we have to do. We have to just close our eyes, take a deep breath, and let go and surrender to the river. And it's been something that has come up in my life a lot. And I know that there are several people around me who have experienced that and are struggling to let go. It is very hard to let the universe know that you are ready. Oh, awesome. We have our first caller, and I am super excited. We have Rosalind from Richmond, Virginia, and I am super excited. Welcome.
Hello,
Rosalind.
how are you?
Rosalind, hello. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Wonderful. Well, how can I help you this evening? What's going on?
Life.
Yeah.
I guess anything that you're drawn to.
Okay. Well, are we looking, do we have a special question? Are we looking for something, or do we just need some advice right now?
Advice would be great.
Okay. Do me a favor, take a deep breath and just kind of give me permission to step into your energy. And let's see what's going on here.
I'll give you permission.
Now, are you having a tough time making a decision? Are you kind of stuck at this crossroad right now? Are we?
Well, I actually made a decision about, I guess, maybe my love life.
Okay. Oh, that's you were conflicted about that.
I was.
And this is gonna come into the message that I was just delivering. I think it's we have that idea that we need to control things, and we have that idea that we need to be in control of everything. And when it comes to the matter of our heart and love, sometimes what we think isn't right is exactly what we need at the time. And I think that your heart said one thing and your mind said another. And I think you went with your heart.
That's true.
And that's what you need to do, because your head was like, no, what if? But your heart said, let me love. And that's a beautiful thing. So you should feel comfortable in your decision, following your heart, where your heart is leading you to go. I think that this partner that you've chosen or not chosen, whatever your decision was that you followed, is going to lead you to joy. It's going to give you a sense of comfort, a sense of youthfulness. But your head is still messing with you. Your head is is giving you this fear of being hurt. And I feel like you were scared to make this decision because you've been hurt so much in the past. Has this person hurt you before? Was this why?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say there's like rational feelings coming in, like no, this is going to happen again. But if you in your heart know that this is where you're supposed to be, then that's where you stick with. That's where you follow your heart. Your heart is going to lead you to what is giving you joy. And now the other thing to do is follow your intuition. If you know in your heart that this is the right thing, our intuition is a strong tool. It's a guide that I think we forget to use. Yeah, so I'm getting right now with the couple of cards that I've pulled that this partner has led to some trouble, but you found forgiveness. You found the forgiveness in your heart. That's why your heart has led you to love them, because you've forgiven them. You've seen change. You've seen a difference. Feel confident in that.
Well, I actually told him that I didn't want to move forward with the relationship.
Well, and that's whatever the decision was. Feel confident that that's what's going to bring you joy. Like that's what's going to bring you've forgiven enough. Like you found the peace in your heart with whatever your decision was. That's you should feel proud of that, whether it's to stay or to go. It doesn't matter what the decision is, but you followed your heart and you led with that, and you found a way to kind of keep yourself down a different path. You took the risk. You let go of the side of the river and you just jumped in and you were like, this is what's supposed to happen. Feel confident with that. Like, don't second guess yourself. And I think that's where this need for advice is coming in, because you're broken. Like, it still makes you sad and it still hurts.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what's tearing you up, because part of you is like, that's where your brain comes in. Part of you is like, no, we're hurting. But your heart is like, I'm healing, and I need to continue to heal. And I found something that's going to make me feel better. So don't allow those thoughts that don't allow those negative thoughts that you know aren't right for you to take control. Right. When they start I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm listening to you.
Okay. When they start to creep in and those thoughts start to creep in, just take a deep breath and feel in your heart what your mind is saying is wrong, and go with that feeling. Like the healing is the pain is gonna heal, and it's gonna go away, and you're gonna be stronger for it. So I'm a firm believer that everything in life happens for a reason, and everything is a lesson to prepare us for the next phase of our life. And one of my biggest sayings, one of my biggest beliefs, one of my biggest pieces of advice that I can offer to anybody is the pain is temporary, but it was a lesson. So instead of looking at why am I hurting? Why did this happen? Take a step back and look at it from a different perspective and say, what lesson did I learn in this? What can I do to prevent me from hurting like this again? You found the strength to make a major decision in your life, and feel proud of that. That makes you a strong, beautiful woman. And to be able to put your foot down and make a stance, learn from that, gain from that strength, multiply that, magnify that, and continue to live your life with that strength when making other decisions.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, I hope that helped you a little bit.
Yes, I appreciate it.
Okay. Well, my time is running up. Rosalind, thank you so much for being my very first caller, and thank you for joining me tonight. I do hope that you find peace in your decision and find some strength in your decision as well. And I wish
Thank you
the
for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for allowing me in your energy. And I really hope that you have a wonderful evening. And thank you again for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's number one. You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's number one psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Medicine for Your Spirit with Raylene Byrne. Raylene Byrne. Live from RayleneByrne.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Medicine for Your Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Namaste, everyone. Raylene Byrne, Medicine for Your Spirit. Great to be back again. So, we have a new moon coming up this weekend. It's always a really good time to pause and think about what you'd like to be working towards, planting seeds for, dreaming, desiring, visioning, and take a few moments to sit with it, feel it, and maybe write about it. And then if you do write about it, go and plant it somewhere in the earth. You're planting a seed for something beautiful to, grow, and then let it be. So beautiful new moon coming up. I love new moons. I just wanted to share something. There's so much going on around the world at the moment. There's a lot of people passing away, passing over. In my neck of the woods, we actually are pretty blunt and say they're falling off the perch. It's happening everywhere. And one of the things that we forget is this moment of life that we have. It's just a moment in the story of the universe. It really isn't long. And we spend way too much time hassling, worrying, stressing, fighting over things that really are so insignificant. So what's happened to me over the last little while is the awareness of people I don't see very often, and I'm hearing it with people around me. You know, you've had people in your world, acquaintances, or maybe friends that aren't close to you anymore or whatever. And you're going through life and you bump into these people. And sometimes what they say is, oh, I've really missed you. I've really, really missed you. Now, to me, I'm a bit of a Queen of Swords truth teller. That's a BS story. It's a BS story. And I call it as BS. And the reason being is because in these current times, if you are really missing someone, there is nothing stopping you from sending a text, sending an email, or ringing someone. That's what you have to do. If you are really missing someone, if you're not missing them, you don't do anything about it. You're carrying on with life. There's not a problem with that. So if you're a person or you are receiving this sort of embrace or this connection of I'm really missing you, I've really missed you, and there's been no effort of connection, maybe flip the language to I'm really, really happy to see you. It takes the pressure off, and it takes there's a level of icky energy I feel. If someone's talking to me and they're saying, I've really missed you, well then why haven't you contacted me? It's that simple. But if someone says to me, it's so good to see you, that's a whole different energy. And with this time where so many people are falling off the perch or passing away or passing over or ascending or whatever terminology you want to use, it's a really, really good time to start looking at who in your life do you really feel that you need to connect with and let them know that you are missing them. You don't have to go and see them, just a text, a phone call, an email. I'm thinking of you. I hope life is treating you well. That sort of thing. It's that simple. And if you do bump into someone that you haven't seen for a long time, then embrace them with that, it's so good to see you. How's life going for you? It just makes life a little bit more precious, and it makes us a little bit more engaged. So it's just a little thing I've noticed a lot, and I feel it's time for us to start taking action because life is so fleeting. And there are people in our lives that we do love and care for, but we may not see. So let them know. We just don't know what's around the corner for any of us. So right now, I have a caller from, I can't remember. And what's the name? Maria. Okay. I have a Maria, a caller Maria from Illinois. I am here, and how can I help, support, guide, or offer you some wisdom? What's going on?
Oh, hi. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly.
Perfect. Okay, hi. All right. So how are you? Good?
I'm fabulous. Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, I'm doing outstanding. So thank you. We're on a good pace.
Awesome.
So there's a guy. He's still, I just missed him already. His name was John, because I don't really think he's meant for me this time around. And we're on different frequencies with our with my healing, and just he's at a lower vibration. And why does he keep coming back?
Okay.
Because I don't reach out to him or anything like that. Yeah, so every now and then I'll get a text, and then I'll ask, why are you texting me? And he'll, never mind. And then when I tell him, oh, you need to do this and that to be of my, higher frequency, I feel he becomes very defensive. But I'm just wondering, what's going on with him? Why is he reaching out to me? And if you can't pick up in his energy, that's fine. You can tell me something else. What energy you pick up, just in general about me. It doesn't have to be about him. If you don't pick up anything, you can, give me other messages. That's fine.
So what I want to say initially is when, we've got lots of things in our life where we're on a path, we're growing, we're evolving, and our light shines bright. And it's a very attractive energy. And people around us who we've connected with are often attracted to that because they want that for themselves. They want to feel that lightness. They want to feel that confidence or that value or that energy. They want to feel it. And sometimes people at that level, they don't want to do the work. They want to get it through osmosis, which means they just want to hang out with you.
But he doesn't even say that.
Pardon?
He doesn't even admit that. He doesn't admit anything. So I never know why he's calling me. But you're making sense.
This is the thing. So, and this is what happens to a lot of people in relationships. And often, not all the time, but often the feminine energy in the relationship will go, I want to know more about myself. I want to get involved in healing or working with people or, meditation or whatever. They start to do these beautiful things and their energy changes. They elevate and their light switches on. It becomes bright and strong and attractive. And often their partners in life aren't on the same path, but they're getting it through osmosis. And then one day, the female, I'm talking about the feminine energy here, will go, oh, I've had enough of this. I'm doing everything and I'm sick of this and you're not changing and you're not doing blah, 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 blah. So I'm out. Life has got to be easier to be in where I'm at instead of dragging someone else along. So they'll separate. And I see this every single time it happens. Woman goes on with her life, the man starts living his life, and what that man will do in 99.9% of the cases is he will go off and start doing yoga or doing meditation or doing other things. And his ex-partner will say, he's doing all the things I asked him to do when I was with him and he wouldn't do. And the answer is simply that. He was getting it through osmosis. He was getting it through your energy, or, from the woman's energy without having to do the work. And when it's taken out of his life, they feel the emptiness. They start feeling their own stuff and they want to actually have that good feeling again. So they actually have to go and do something about it. This is what happens in so many cases. So what you're saying to me, and I'll pull a card for you in a minute, what you're saying to me is this person is connecting with you because they're trying to tap into some of your bright, shiny energy, your clear energy. And also it's attractive, so there might be an attraction there. And it's funny because at the start of this show I talked about making sure if you are missing people that you let them know. Don't bump into them and say, I missed you and you've never done anything about it.
I'm not missing him at all. I said forget it because you were right. He didn't want to. He denies he's traumatized and needs healing. He gets very defensive and he accuses me of attacking him. And I thought I would be a part of it. I don't even read his text messages when he goes on rants like that.
So I'm going to say this to you. I am the Queen of Swords when it comes to truth telling, and I will say this. If you do not want to have that energy around you, then do not answer the phone. If you don't want to receive text, block him. Because if you're going to keep doing that dance and have this interference, it's going to play on your energy level. If you are really convinced in yourself that this is not what I want in my life, then you need to take action. You're a good person, but you're not for me right now. I'm not aligned with this. Don't answer the calls. It's very simple. As beautiful souls and spiritual people, we never want to upset anyone. We want to be nice. But the thing is, when we do that, we give our energy and our attention to something that we're not interested in. And that's not fair to the other person.
No, I told him also. Okay. You're right about picking up my energy. He's picking up my energy. So I feel him now, and I close it down or something. Say, no, go back. You don't want to do anything, So that's thing.
You know what to do. Just if you don't feel like taking the call, don't take the call. If you don't want to text, don't text. Don't respond. You don't. You can. So I'm going to pull a card for you, Maria. So just to give you a quick overview of where, a message for you. So calling upon the mystics and mysticism, lineage, the healers and ancient healers in the universe to bring through a message for Maria that might be supportive, enlightening and helpful for her in this moment moving forward. Let's see what we've got here. This is for Maria. We've got this one. Ancient wisdom. This is so beautiful. This is grandmother energy. So this is tapping into your deep knowing, and this is about sharing. This is about offering wisdom, life experiences, experience living to those who are ready to move into their own awareness. So I don't know whether you offer this to people, but it's very much around earth connection, the wisdom of the earth coming through you, the knowing, the knowledge, and being really solid in it. So if you're solid in yourself, you are going to know very quickly and very instantly what's aligned and what isn't. Pay attention to that. And this also means looking at how do you share your learned experience and your wisdom with others. If you aren't already doing it, it's time. You've got to start looking at bringing this to life and expressing it through you. That's what this is about.
No, I do that already, actually. So I'm very, but you know how they say I can read everybody but myself sometimes when it comes to my love life.
Yeah. Well, pay attention to yourself a little bit more, okay?
That's cute. Okay.
I hope that was helpful. Thanks for calling in.
Absolutely. Thank you for listening. I appreciate your time and I appreciate you, and you have a great night.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So there we go, guys. Choosing to be the medicine for your own spirit is very simple. It's your own truth.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Sessions with Spirit with Gene Rose. Live from Facebook.com/Tarot Readings by Gene Rose. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Sessions with Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hey, lovelies, and welcome to the 11th episode of Sessions with Spirit. I am your host, Gene Rose, aka the infamous JJ. Welcome to tonight's show. I am so happy that you all are joining me. Where I am in the world, it is nighttime. I know for our other guests on the other side, it is afternoon time. So good afternoon or good morning to you. As always, we're going to kick off the show with a reading from one of my followers. Guys, we're also going to be taking live callers tonight. For those of you that are new to tuning in, my name is Gene Rose. As I said before, I am a professional tarot card reader, psychic, and evidential medium. You can follow me at Tarot Readings by Gene Rose, and that's going to be on Facebook. Or if you're on Instagram, it's going to be Tarot by Gene Rose. let's start with one of our reading requests. So Wanda from New Bedford, Massachusetts wants to know, does Victor still want me to move out? Let's see. Guys, I have been using this deck all week, and I have to say, it is so amazing. Now, it's not a new to me deck. Instead, it's actually a deck that is new to lives. I normally use it to read for myself or to even use in like private appointments. But I haven't really used it for lives, and this is definitely going to be the first episode that I use it in. Wanda, your overall answer, love, is definitely going to be not a yes nor a no, but it is definitely going to show a lot of conflict. I don't say that to be a Debbie Downer, but 2 of the 5 cards that you received were from the crystal suit, and that's going to be the equivalent to the pentacle suit. Both of those fell reversed, and that is going to refer to a lack of stability. Definitely things are up in the air. That is obvious. But with that final card being that 4 of acorns and that card falling reversed, that leads me to believe that this is not going to have a happy ending. The 4 of acorns is going to be the equivalent to the 4 of wands. If that card were to fall upright, that definitely would refer to housing or residence, or at least it can. Traditionally, it refers to foundation, even stability. Think of like 4 sides of a square. But for you, it fell reversed. And that is going to refer to either losing a residence or that lack of stability. I would say it definitely refers to both. Overall, there is definitely a lot of chaotic energy going on in the situation. I don't think that the 2 of you are on the same page. So definitely take a step back and kind of take that inventory in regards to, is this worth saving? Is this worth even doing or working at? That's something that you definitely want to be aware of. And the reason why I say that is because of all the cards from that crystal suit. That's the lead suit. So that's the suit that there were the most cards of. The other card that I thought was important was you received the shaman. That's going to be the equivalent to the Hierophant. You need to have faith in yourself that you could survive on your own. Wanda, I wish you the best of luck. I really do, love. Hopefully these cards answered your question. I know sometimes they can be a bit brutal, but that's why I always say readings are like a good therapy session. Sometimes you kind of need that mirror held up in front of you, especially that one that you don't want to look in. Let's take a caller. Up we have Shelly, and she is from Kentucky. Love, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, excellent. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How's the weather out by you?
Tornado warning or watch or whatever. I don't know.
I hope you stay safe. Oh my gosh. I'm up in Ohio, and we had a tornado warning. I think it was like last week. My wife and I were woken up at like 4:30 in the morning with the sirens going off. You want to talk about jumping out of bed? Oh my gosh. Shelly, it was I totally understand how it could be so overwhelming and even scary. Just please stay safe. And if you have to go at any time, no worries. Okay? In fact,
it seems very calm here right now.
Okay. Oh, thank goodness. All right. We're going to hope that it just stays that way, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Definitely. So what are we reading on tonight?
There's so many different areas in my life that are complicated. I'm not even sure which direction to go.
Oh, I can completely understand that. Can I offer a suggestion?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say do general. Now, I know when I first say that, it kind of comes off as vague, but it's not. Instead, what you're doing is not programming the cards to just read on one specific area. So anything and everything can come up. Okay, no problem.
Like I said, I have a lot of different, there's a lot going on, so.
Yeah. Would it be fair to say that you feel like you're being pulled in several different directions?
Yeah, I would say so.
And then Shelley, love, I'm also an evidential medium. Is your grandmother passed?
Yeah, both.
Oh, okay. Do you have her necklace?
I had a necklace, but it's missing.
Okay. Are you worried that you're not going to find it?
It's been missing for years, so I don't think I'm going to find it.
Why do I feel like that there's going to be like some sort of replacement? And I know that nothing can replace the one that you had, but she makes me feel as though you're going to be out and about and come across something and it'll kind of not take the pain away, but kind of be that runner-up, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you miss wearing that. You miss having that.
Yeah, a lot of her jewelry was stolen from me. I had rings and I wore one as a necklace.
Were earrings missing too?
Yes, there's missing earrings.
Okay. Definitely don't stay stuck on those losses. Even looking at the tarot card, and I know that's much easier said than done, but your first card was the 7 of Feathers. That's going to be the equivalent to the 7 of Swords. That is going to refer to that self-sabotage. That would even include entertaining that inner conflict. I feel like you're very, very, very hard on yourself and you don't give credit where credit is due. And that is definitely something that even your grandmothers, both of them, are pointing towards because they show me that you kind of shrink yourself when it comes to stepping in the spotlight or acknowledging your accomplishments. You know, you kind of sweep it under the rug and you're like, yeah, you know, I did that. Or you don't tell anyone because you don't want. Why do I feel like you don't want to burden people?
That is true.
Okay. Oh, love, it's okay. It's not a matter of you burdening anyone. You're not even giving them a chance to be proud of you. That's how you have to look at it. It's not burdening them. Asking people to celebrate your accomplishments and your successes, that's not a burden at all. And your true friends, your true family, they are going to be there and they're going to be sharing for you. Were you close to your grandmothers or either of your grandmothers?
I mean, yeah, I was really close to both actually, but you know, one died when I was really young.
Who was the one that passed when you were older?
Well, technically there was two because I had a step grandmother.
Okay.
So my mom's mom passed when I was 27, 28, I think. And the other one passed about the same time.
Okay. And then did you say your mom has passed?
No, my mom's mom passed whenever I was 20.
Okay.
So my mom's still alive.
Okay, I was going to say, no, there's no mom. Oh my gosh.
No.
Going to the tarot cards, and I know normally you don't combine the two. You know, usually when I do sessions, do I pair them? Absolutely. But it would be like, say, 30 minutes of mediumship and then 30 minutes of tarot. But for you, and of course, because we have the constraint of time, I'm trying to throw everything at you, including the kitchen sink. because I just want to give you as many messages as I can, rather than just, pick. I don't want to cherry pick of what you should receive. That's not fair to you. You know what I mean, Shelley? Like, if I have them here with me, why not give the message? And I feel like even their passings, even with you being young, because then you grew up kind of wondering what it would have been like having even both of them, or I know it won't, then the three of them. It was never a matter of being a contest of you were allowed to love everybody, which is beautiful and rare in families. But even with them passing,
there was never competition.
Yes, not ever. And that, like I said, that is really rare to see with families. But you had that freedom to love all of them, which I think all of them saw, and they just, I don't know, I think everybody reveled in it because it was a win-win for everyone involved. And then especially for you, because then you got the love of three beautiful women, in that grandmother role. That's amazing to have you're both grandmothers and a bonus grandmother. That's fantastic. But I do realize how hard the loss can be now, especially if you have friends and their grandmothers are still around. It's kind of like in your face. And it's like, oh, I wish they were here, or I wish she was here. The second card, as I said before, you want to acknowledge your successes. Don't shrink yourself. Don't take that step back thinking you're going to be that burden, because you're not. You're only disappointing yourself, because those are moments that need to be celebrated, especially with how hard you've been working.
Yeah.
Did you recently get a promotion?
It's not exactly a promotion, but I started with a new organization that paid a lot more.
Oh, congratulations. Oh my gosh, that's wonderful.
It's been about a year, but I'm still learning it.
And you're going to get it sooner rather than later. Shelley, as a reader, I'm a straight shooter. Whether I'm doing tarot or mediumship. And love, I don't mind continuing with you if you have the time. As long as you don't mind us continuing, it would be my pleasure to continue to read for you.
I have time.
Awesome. I don't know, I just feel extremely drawn to you. And then, of course, having both of your grandmothers with me, I just thought it made it all the more special, because I think you need to not only hear these messages, but I think, I'm not saying tomorrow you're going to wake up with a newfound confidence, but do I definitely feel as though you're going to wake up feeling like the weight has been lifted off your chest? Yes, definitely. Because now no matter what you do, they still see you. They still are proud of you. Don't be afraid to do things because, you're thinking that they won't see it, because that just isn't so. That fourth card, that was the 7 of shells. That's going to be the equivalent to the 7 of cups. Thankfully, that card fell reversed. So that is going to refer to a cycle or pattern breaking. Like I said, I feel like tomorrow, and maybe it won't be tomorrow morning, but do I feel as though this reading is going to give you a sense of peace? Yes. Am I saying that because I'm giving it to you? No. I think these are genuinely things that you need to hear. And that's the beauty of readings. They give us healing where we need it. With you breaking that cycle, right? That is why I love them so much. I just think, and regardless as to tarot, mediumship, it just brings a sense of insight to our lives that you can't gain any other way. Unless you're doing another form of divination. But tarot in itself is a system. So it's not like any other divination tool. Obviously I'm a tarot chick. I have Queen of Wands tattooed on my hand. I've been reading in the online arena alone for 10 years. And before that, I was doing in-person appointments. So, I mean, I love, yes, I love, Shelly, I love what I do. Love it. You know, with your cards, it definitely shows that change. And that, for me, as a reader, is something that I love to see because it's that progress. You know, even your fifth card, it was the Page of Shells. Pages are going to refer to the start or beginning of something new. The shell suit is going to be the equivalent to the cups. You know, that for me is going to refer to the start or beginning of like happiness, because the cup suit refers to love, but also emotions. Are you single currently?
I am.
Okay. I would definitely, don't be surprised if you end up meeting someone in the future, because the Page of Shells, like I said, equivalent to the Page of Cups, that could also refer to the start or beginning of a new love connection. Let's pull an extra card. Nah. Are you surprised?
No, because I've been trying to put myself out there a little bit.
I definitely think that you are. Like I said, with that Page of Shells, and just to, I probably should have said this sooner, Shelly. This deck, I love this deck. You know, I've had it for years. The reason why I have not really used it in lives or on the show is because the suits are completely renamed. In fact, even some of the majors, the major arcana cards, those are renamed as well. And I know sometimes that could be frustrating. So just know I'm not doing it to be redundant. I'm just doing it as a reminder as to which suit is which. So it's like, oh, okay. And that way it kind of registers and you're able to absorb it. You know, with the extra cards, I pulled, the first card was the Page of Crystals. That card fell reversed. So that would be the start of stability. But you're kind of having, I don't want to say it's a rough go, but a slow start to things. That definitely would make sense, especially with it falling reversed. Don't get frustrated or discouraged by spinning your wheels. If anything, you're learning and you're gaining experience. So don't get discouraged in those moments. The next card was Transformation. That is going to be the equivalent to the Death card. Now, when I say the Death card, I want to be crystal clear that that card does not refer to a physical passing. What it refers to is endings followed by beautiful new beginnings. But I feel like it's important to stress that it's going to be imperative for you to let go of those old chapters, meaning those old hurts.
I'm trying really hard.
I know you are, love, so please don't think I am coming down on you or judging you in any type of way. If anything, I'm proud of you because I see the progress and I see the strides you're making. And most importantly, I see the effort. You're working at this every day, even when it nearly kills you and it's like crushing your soul. You are still pushing forward. Still pushing forward. That is amazing. Not a lot of people are able to do that. Not a lot of people are willing to do that because let's face it, healing is ugly. It's not this beautiful journey and you're walking through, no, that's all BS. No, healing is ugly. And that's exactly what you're doing right now. So definitely keep stepping into the dating world. You know, when you find love, that's going to be when you're meant to find love because it's going to find you. But until then, have fun. Discover things about yourself. I think you've been in such toxic relationships in the past, not all of them, but I think that there have been enough to where they have kind of left their mark and you sort of don't know who you are anymore. And it's about discovering even the small things. You know, discover who and what Shelly is. Discover what you like, you know, and start simple. And I would even encourage you to get a journal. Get a journal, get a thick one. That way you're not limited to how much you can write. And write things that you accomplish, even if they're trivial. Write down things that you desire. Maybe if, vision boards are not your thing, use a journal. You don't have to meditate. It's your own way of doing things, connecting with the universe, connecting with spirit, however you want to put it. Don't put restrictions and limits on it. Do it for you. Use it as a manifestation book or a manifestation journal. And then even in between entries, enter entries for gratitude. Because that's going to be ultimately how you manifest that Mr. Right, that one that you ultimately want to see yourself with. I think it's going to be a healthy relationship. It's just a matter of you not settling. Do not settle. Stick with your standards that you have set with yourself. I think by doing that, you're going to not only set yourself up for success, but you're also going to move in a more positive direction for yourself as well.
I agree.
All right, Shelly. Oh, Shelly, this was an absolute pleasure, love. Thank you so much for letting me take some extra time with you. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you. And, it's been almost 2 years. My life fell apart completely. And, since then, I had to couch surf. And then me and my daughter, I still got a trial coming up with an ex who committed a really bad crime. But I bought a house. I got a really good job.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Yeah. So, I've worked really, really hard. So I'm glad that everybody sees that.
I think you're moving in the right direction. I think you are recognizing what you were doing wrong in the past. And now you're moving towards, making goals for yourself even. I would even encourage you to do affirmations, and that you could even include in the journal. Don't overcomplicate
I recently started those.
Really? Are you serious?
Started them. Yeah.
Oh my God. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I would include, if you are not already, the one that is, and it could be something as simplistic as I am worthy. I'm worthy of happiness. Because even every time you get into a situation, I don't want to say that's like normal, but that's calm. We'll say that. That's calm. You kind of get anxiety because it's not the normal chaos that you're used to. Yeah. And that could be difficult. I know. And love anxiety. Oh, it is brutal. Yeah. Trust me, no judgment from me. I suffer from it as well. It is brutal. And that is not even the word I want to use. It is brutal. So I totally get it. Like I said, and I really encourage you with my whole heart to really think about doing the journal thing. I think it'll help.
I think so too.
Please, if you are on Facebook, because I would love an update. I would be honored if you would follow me at Tarot Readings by Jean Rose. Or definitely if you need someone to talk to, or like at least check in with me, I would love to keep in contact.
Oh, that'd be great.
Definitely. Oh, Shelly, I definitely look forward to it, love.
I do too. And I just want you to validate you one more time. Today I was in my office feeling just kind of down, and I was like, somebody asked me my accomplishments. And I was just like, I don't have any, or I don't really feel like I have any. And so, I guess I do, but I just don't see them as big.
And that's what I was talking about in regards to shrinking your successes.
Yeah.
Having your daughter. Yeah. The list can go on and on. You have plenty of accomplishments that you should be proud of.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I know you are, love. Like I said, definitely follow me. Unfortunately, I have to get going, but I look forward to hearing from you. I would love to keep in touch.
Well, thank you so much and have a great night.
Oh, you're so welcome, love, and take care, Shelly.
Bye.
Bye-bye. That was absolutely amazing, guys. I know we usually do 2 callers, and I definitely apologize to you guys for not taking that second one, but obviously Shelly needed to hear those messages. That was absolutely fantastic, and honestly, the reason why I do what I do. It is. Guys, you can follow me at Tarot Readings by Jean Rose. You can find that on Facebook, or if you are on TikTok or on Instagram, you can follow me at Tarot by Jean Rose. I do offer private appointments, so feel free to contact me anytime in regards to booking your own private session. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your Friday tomorrow, okay? And take care.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Spiritual Connections with Psychic Medium Cindy. Psychic Medium Cindy. Live from Facebook.com/Psychic Cindy. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Spiritual Connection on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Hope everybody is having a great day. And I am a psychic medium, and I'm excited to be here to do some readings tonight. So we are going to get somebody on the phone. But before that, I thought let's shuffle the cards and see what the collective wants to know. So anybody that's listening tonight, or anybody that sees this afterwards, whenever you see it, will resonate with you. What do we need to know? This is what we're going to ask Spirit. Just in general, what do we need to know? Looking good already. I'm going to pull some cards out. Right on. Okay, so the first card they pull out tonight is the Ace of Cups, which is all about new beginnings. So it's new beginnings. This can be love. This can be a new relationship that's coming in, but it also could be your passion. It could be like a new job, a new career, a new hobby. Whatever it is, it's something new and it's exciting because it's a beautiful card. The next card that we have, though, is the Emperor. So for those of you that are like starting your own business, the Emperor is all about being an entrepreneur and being a really good entrepreneur and being really smart and slick and making the wise decisions. He's also a man of law and order, so he doesn't really take a lot. Like you can't trick this guy. He knows exactly what he's doing. And what's really interesting is that your next card is the Ace of Wands, which is all about career and beginnings and travel and all of that stuff. So the aces are out. So I think I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, actually, that March was going to be bringing in a lot of new opportunities and new things. And like, here we go. We're seeing it tonight with all these aces. There may be something that comes in that you need a little bit of clarity. All these opportunities are coming in and you're like, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? Should I go this way? Should I go that way? Do I move? Do I stay? What should I do? So the King of Swords is coming in. The King of Swords is all about clarity, and he is like the master of really making good decisions. But anytime the swords come up, you got to remember that don't make these decisions too hastily. You got to make these decisions slowly. You got to take your time. You got to balance out sort of, the good and the bad. What's going to give me the best benefit? If I do take this new job, or I do move to a new city, or I start this relationship, how are things going to look for me? So take your time, don't rush, embrace it though, because these new opportunities I really feel are going to bring us in some wonderful, wonderful stuff for April. We're going to have the spring equinox in a couple of weeks, which is really similar to having like a new year, in the astrology world. When we go into Aries, it is a new year, right? So it's a great time to set new intentions, to start new things. So we are going to get somebody on the phone. So we're looking at Jody in Red Deer, Alberta. Hi, Jody.
Hi there. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
What can I do for you this evening?
I'm just wondering. Well, I didn't know what whatever I'm able to do, whatever you can do. General reading.
Do you have a particular question? Sorry, do you have a particular question?
Well, I'm into mediumship and like my past loved ones and stuff like that. But if you can, whatever you can do, just whatever you want.
You'd like me to bring in a departed loved one?
Sure.
All right, sure. All right. Because I don't have a lot of time, Jody, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in somebody. I'll let you know who it is, who's coming in. And then what I'll probably do is ask the spirit to shuffle some cards. I have some like special cards that I use for mediumship. And we'll get you some messages through there. That way I don't have a lot of dead air. Because sometimes it takes me a while to hear the messages. Let's just see who's coming in for you. Hey, Jody, do you have a male who's departed? Did you lose a father figure, grandfather, uncle, somebody like that?
Yeah.
So who would it be? Your dad?
It would be, my father's alive, but it would be probably my uncle.
Your uncle, okay. Did he die quickly, Jody?
Yes. He did.
Yeah, did he have a heart attack?
No, he was murdered, shot in the head.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So I felt like I just got this like really like I'm here and I'm gone, like really quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it happened in his sleep.
Oh, wow. Okay. So know that he didn't feel any pain. Like, it was, which I think you do probably know because of the way it went down. And, but he literally was just woke up in heaven, right? He's just like, okay, I'm going out of that body. But he does come to me with a lot of anxiety. So I think he had a lot of stress in his life right around the time that was going to happen, that happened, right?
Yes.
Which kind of leads me to believe that he wasn't that surprised, right? But I think you guys were, like family were probably, how can you not be, right? Nobody expects their loved one to be shot.
Yeah.
So I love him. He, he's a really kind person because I can feel his spirit, right? I can feel his soul. Bad luck, bad circumstances, right?
Yeah.
Not a life that he wanted, I can tell you that. Interesting though. Okay. So it's really funny because when I bring them in, like I do feel their personalities, and I do feel somebody that had a lot of love actually. And the first card that I have for him is abundance. And when I'm focused on, normally this card is about manifesting and bringing abundance into your life. But what I'm focused on completely in this card is the red, which is I think the love that he had for people and the love he had for you for sure. And I feel that love that he had and that connection that you had was more when you were younger. Maybe you fell out of touch with him as he got older, right?
I did.
You did, yeah. So if he looks back at his life, he had a lot of doubt in his life, right? So I released the need to know all the answers. So, and that just kind of shows where his kind of life was. He wasn't quite clear on where he was going to go or what he was going to do, right?
Yes.
Is his message for you, and that's just brought a lot of doubt and probably a lot of chaos into his life. His message for you is judgment, though, is I understand that everyone here has their own unique path and challenges. And because you have a family member who is in this situation, I think this is a beautiful message for you. But I also feel that this is probably the exact way you are in life, is that you look at people and you're like, you know what? People have their own challenges and bad things happen to people and people go down the wrong path. And it's okay because those things happen, right?
Exactly.
Exactly, and that's exactly how you are. So his next card for you is it's more like him looking back on his life. Is this something he would have changed or something he would have did differently or paid more attention to? And he actually has fear. I realized that I am testing the resolve to live in the energy of love, and his life path, at the end of his life, put him in a state of fear, which really messed him up when it came to being a loving, energy in this world, because he was so consumed and I think scared at the end of his life, right? Even though not at that moment, but around that time. But his next message for you is, I understand that a mistake is just an opportunity to learn, right? And that sort of really goes along with the judgment too card. When you're saying, you see people make mistakes and you're like, you know what, people do make mistakes, but they can get better and they can change and they can learn from those mistakes. And I really feel that that's the message he wanted to send out to you tonight. He really is telling me how compassionate and understanding you are, which is beautiful, Jody. You have a wonderful.
I try.
Yeah, because you know what, you know better than a lot of people, right? Yeah, and you're able to. So he's, I can't tell him, just he's still with us. I am having a fair amount of my heart palpitations and stuff, and I just feel that that's sort of where he kind of was right before he left. But know that he loves you very much, and you have. Is he your dad's brother?
Well, it's actually a funny story because he's actually my cousin, or he's my uncle, but he's, I call him my uncle, but he's actually my cousin is what it is, but he's so much older. So I've always called him my uncle.
Right on. Well, that's kind of sweet, right?
Yeah.
And I think he likes that.
Yeah.
Will he be on your dad's side, though? Is he on your dad's side? Or your mom's side?
He's on my mom's.
He's on your mom's side, okay. And yeah, crazy. He just, he's like, next time will be a lot different, right? I mean, that's basically what he's telling me, right? It's just circumstances were out of his control. But do know that he loves you very much, and do share the fact with your mom that he is on the other side and he is safe. We only have 2 minutes left, but he's he went into the spirit world. He's not suffering because of any kind of life he had or bad people he was messed up with, right? He's on the other side. He's learning lessons, and he's safe and he's happy. And
okay. I love hearing that.
Yeah, no, I know, because I think people question sometimes, but he's doing wonderful. And, and he is helping you. So, if you need any guidance, you need any help, open up to him. That's the rule of the spirit world, is you just have to ask for help. So, because he is sweet. He has this underlying kindness and loving personality, and I can feel it. So, but thank you so much, Jody, for calling in tonight. I really appreciate that. It was great hearing from you, and I wish you all the best. So for everybody out there, I am Psychic Medium Cindy. You can follow me on Facebook. I do free readings on Facebook, usually once or twice a month. If you want to book a private reading with me, you can do so either through Facebook, Instagram, or on my email at psychicmediumcindy@gmail.com. So thank you so much, everybody. Have a great night.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for the Mini Medium with Stephanie Cowan. Live from tarotwithsteph.net. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the Mini Media on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. And happy almost here St. Patrick's Day. That's the reason why I'm wearing some festive green today. For those who celebrate March 17th as St. Patrick's Day, or if you just need a reason to drink green beer, whatever it may be. I wish you all of the best and be safe. Anyhow, I am your mini medium on the A1R Psychic Radio and the always amazing and beautiful Moonstruck TV. And I hope you all are having a beautiful day, a wonderful start of, I guess we're in the middle of the week-ish, right? So I seriously have so much going on this week, so bear with me if I'm a little bit scattered more than usual. I have a huge event coming this Saturday night that we're going to be doing at a fun bar here in Harriman, Utah, called Redemption Bar and Grill. And I just get so excited. They have got me where I am there every third Saturday of every month. And it just so happens that this Saturday is the Saturday before St. Patty's Day. So it's going to be fun, and I can't wait. I've got so many amazing things planned. So if you happen to be in Utah and you want to head to the Harriman area, come see me at Redemption Bar and Grill. and that's Saturday at 6:30 p.m. And that's here in Utah's Mountain Daylight Time now. We just went through daylight savings. And speaking of which, I'm still trying to catch up my 1 hour of lost sleep. So I need all of my beauty sleep. I'm telling you, that 1 hour is very, very important. So I feel like I'm always trying to catch up with sleep as is lately. Things have been very busy and very kind of, all over and so much going on in my brain and my, I feel like I just am constantly thinking about what's coming, and what do I got to get ready. So I'm learning to be, in a sense, manifesting better home energy. So, which, I think we all go through those moments, right, of chaotic stress, and we have to be mindful to move down and take deep breaths, right? So I'm working on it. But anyhow, so I have been sitting here, and as usual, before I get on, I try to take some time to meditate and focus and really connect with whoever my callers are going to be. And, if I'm feeling any spirits, if I have any loved ones in spirit that have been around me. And I've got other family stuff going on that has really weighed kind of heavy with me the last few days. So I'm not going to lie, it's been a little hard to focus and be grounded and centered. However, as I was sitting here and getting ready, and of course we'll pull an affirmation card here. I've actually got 2 cards that I wanted to share, but I just listen and listen to the numbers as they come up. And I always thought, how interesting, if the number 17 popped up, is that St. Patty's Day? And, I just kind of laughed, but no, it is not the 17. It is not St. Patty's Day number, but the number 23. So 23 came up just before my amazing producer hopped on to get us ready. And I thought, okay, well, I can't ignore it. So number 23 is the number that somebody, or either my spirit guides or someone in spirit, is saying, this is me. 23 is going to connect with me. Now that's either going to be the 23rd of a month, which would be, a birth date, a death date, an anniversary date. We could be connecting with 2023 and or the 23. Occasionally, this would be where I connect with February 3rd, if that's a significant date, or this would be the age of 23. So that would be the age that possibly someone that has passed, they passed at that age, or they would be 23, this year, how that connects. So we'll kind of see how that goes and flows with the night. But in the meantime, I'm going to quickly pull these the affirmation card, but also I have, because we just are out of the new moon energy, I thought, let's pull really quickly. Let's pull an oracle card, which my oracle deck is Moonology, and I love this deck. So we'll see what comes about with those. So let me count this out really quick here, and we'll see what our affirmation is for today. Well, for the week. I would say for today. It's for the week. And hopefully this affirmation connects to some, if not all of you. I hope that we all can take something out of these affirmations. So, wow, this is a beautiful card. And I'll tell you, it must be my guides in the universe going, Steph, you need to hear this more than anything, which happens a lot in readings. I'll be doing a reading and I'm giving, my client, they call them sitters, by the way, or the sitter, a reading and giving them some intuitive advice. And I pause for a moment. It's like my guides whisper or yell in my ear that I need to practice what I preach, listen to more of what I'm getting. That happens probably more often than I'd like sometimes. But anyhow, it's always meant to be there. There's signs that we need to pay attention to, right? So the affirmation, and again, this goes for everybody and for the week. And I hope that this card and this affirmation can really connect and resonate. So the affirmation says, every dark night must turn into a bright new morning. And I'll repeat it again. So every dark night must turn into a bright new morning. So that is very true, right? It doesn't matter how how difficult, that we are struggling, whether it's, personal stuff, family stuff, or just struggling with how things are around the world, but looking at the positive, bright side that tomorrow, the new day, we can start fresh and we are blessed with having a new day, right? So look at that and kind of that mindset and perspective. And I'll tell you, it has worked amazing for myself. And also I've watched how having that mindset has changed other people as well. So hopefully that will help you, whatever is going on out there for you. And let's see here. Now, I do want to pull this Moonology card. And I thought about pulling a card that's a new moon, but I thought, no, we're gonna pull just whatever card happens to pop up here. So, wow, I love this card too. So, again, hopefully you guys can take this this Oracle card. So the message for the Oracle, this is full moon in Virgo. I love my Virgos out there. Shout out to the Virgos. This card says, oh, look how cute this is. I'll show on camera too. I just think it's kind of ironic that it's green because we're in St. Patty's Day week, but it says, you are good enough. So the beautiful Oracle message with this beautiful goddess on here, green goddess, so pretty, really just speaks for itself, right? So you are good enough. So stop letting other people tell you how you should feel or dictate your life, your value, because you are good enough. Period. End of story. Okay. All right, my friends. Well, I am looking forward to the calls as usual tonight. So I'm going to take my first caller, I should say. And Marissa is in Minnesota. Hi, Marissa. This is the mini medium. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Sure, of course. How can I help you tonight?
Well, so I've experienced a lot of loss, and more specifically, like my dad has passed. It'll be tomorrow. It'll be 17 years, and wow. I've only had one dream ever, and I'm always just kind of like, I think I'm just looking for some sort of connection or to know that he's still here. He passed when I was only 16 and I'm, a grown woman now. And I think I'm just looking for any sort of like connection with him and let him know that like, I'm just very missing him on his day tomorrow. Every day, but tomorrow especially.
Sure. No, first, I'm sorry for your loss of your dad. And I can, in a sense, relate. I lost my dad. My dad passed. It's been 8 years now. It goes by, it goes by fast, but yet not. And before we know it, it's like, gosh, how did I live 8 years, without my dad? Or for you being, 17 years. So, yeah, I know exactly what you mean, my friend, with, of course, missing them every day. And so let me, I think this is so interesting because as I was mentioning earlier, when I, as I'm connecting with all of my abilities and my gifts, I really pay attention to signs and numbers. And I chuckled and kind of giggled because the number 17 had come up. And I thought, gosh, am I just seeing that because we have St. Patrick's Day coming on Saturday or Sunday, excuse me. And I thought maybe that's just why. So I kind of dismissed it. But then you just saying now that,
giggled at that too.
Yeah. I thought, okay, maybe I was supposed to see it, and I, even doing this for 27 years, I still have my moments of questioning, and I shouldn't, but the human side does that. So we just have to kind of forgive ourselves and learn and move on. But so without a doubt, for sure the 17 was meant to come up. And when you said that, I thought, okay, now it makes sense. So what I'd love to do is really, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to count some cards out and just to get some connection. Now, what I'm going to do too, I just had a little voice in my head, which is always my spirit guides and or someone in the spiritual realm. But so for my producer, Dave, he'll be listening. Dave, I'm going to just take Marissa's call tonight because I feel like we're going to need a little more time. So I'm going to just have you as my only caller tonight, okay? Because there's something sitting there, and the fact that you have your dad's anniversary tomorrow, his passing, and that I think we will spend a little bit more time together, okay?
Thank you so much.
Okay. Yes, you're so welcome. Let's see. So I'm going to, what I like to do, I use tarot cards, but I really just like to use them as a guide or a tool. Or really, what ends up happening is the cards are a really beautiful visual validation for you to see, and for myself as well, of how they're going to connect with my abilities. So I don't really necessarily will sit and read the tarot, but I want to see how they're going to connect. So I'm going to pull a few cards for you here really quick and see what we can get. And okay. Give your dad some time to step forward if he's going to come through for us tonight. Okay. All right, my friend. So, all right. So I pulled a couple cards. Now, I'm going to you're not going to hear me say much for a moment. What I'm doing is just really kind of quieting my mind and see if I can get much connection with anyone, but hopefully with Dad, okay? So give me just a moment here. Now, this is already interesting. I'm all about numbers. I love numbers, numerology, very important in my readings. I pulled two cards, just random, and the two cards that I pulled, one is number 7, the other is a number 8, which those two cards together, those two numbers equal 15. Now, I thought I heard you mention something about, was it the age of 15 when Dad had passed?
I was 16, but it's weird because 15 was when we really connected and got really close. So
gotcha.
That definitely could be it. And that was, we really connected at 15. He was really out of my life, and I was in and out, kind of troubled relationship with the parents, with my mom and him. And so he just wasn't around as much. But 15, we connected and bonded, and I lived with him for a while. And then,
good.
Only was able to be with him for really only about a year.
Okay. Well, that would make a lot of sense why that number just resonated right offhand. So, all right. I'm going to also now, do you connect with that number 23 I was mentioning earlier?
A lot. It's like it's my mom. My mom is the 23rd. My stepdad is the 23rd. My brother is the 23rd. I was supposed to get married to my late fiance who passed on the 23rd. So it's very, 23 also meant a lot to me as well. So when you said those two numbers, 17 and 23 together, I just kind of was just laughing because I was like, oh, well, it stood out a lot.
I love that. And wow, it gave me just chills everywhere. And, these are the things that, and the signs that we can't ignore. These are the signs that are what, our guides or our loved ones in spirit will give us, to either validate who we are, who they are, or what we're doing in here in the physical world. Or sometimes those numbers are, there'll be some special connection or meaning between just, the two of you, or however that comes together. So no coincidences in life whatsoever. I love that. So without a doubt, my friend, the 17, very much connecting with Dad, the 23, connecting, with many things, especially, when you mentioned that, you were going to be married. And I'm so sorry for the loss that, of your fiance. Man, you're right. You've had many, my friend, many. And you're too dang young. I can just feel your energy and just too dang young. So very well could make sense why I needed to have you be my only caller tonight, because you had so much energy coming in and so many souls starting to step forward. I knew there was a reason for it. So a couple things I wanted to mention, and also tell you what else I may be getting if this is Dad. But oftentimes I will have clients say, my mom or my dad or whoever, when they first passed away within the first couple of years, I really had all the signs. I dreamt of them. I felt like they were always with me. I was getting the feeling or whatever it may be. And then as we move on through life, we start to think, gosh, they're not there as much, or I'm not having the dreams, or I'm not seeing the signs. And then we start to question, well, where did they go? Are they not with me? And for one, they're always around. You just have to ask for them to be there. The reason that you start to have those feelings of kind of disconnect is really because our loved ones in spirit they don't want us to live in that deep grief, and they don't want to be that constant reminder of their passing. So what they do, in essence, is they maybe don't give us, all those signs and symbols, So pay attention still, but just know that there's a reason, and they're doing that to take care of us, to help us. I'm the same way. My mom passed 11 years ago, and I don't see or feel my mom as much as I used to, but I know she's there. So that was one thing I wanted to mention. The other thing I was getting, which I think is absolutely beautiful, your dad keeps showing me, and I keep getting, which is just very interesting. So it's a pretty good big size number. But I just got 56, 5 and 6. So this is either the year 1956, the age of 56.
No, he was really, really young when he died. He was 34.
He was 34. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It might have been close to the age that my grandma was when he passed. That kind of sounds familiar, maybe.
Okay.
I'll have to think about that one more.
Okay, that's okay. Think on that. And now, being that that's such a large number too, this can be connected. Oftentimes souls will do this too. But the 5 and the 6, it could be May 6th. Again, there's a date. But I also felt like that this was connecting to the number 11, which 6 plus 5 is 11. But
you said May 6th?
May 6th, yes.
May 6th is my will be my 10 years sober. I'm in recovery. My 10 years sober day is May 6th.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, my friend. Okay. Here's, incredible. Incredible. I knew your dad showed me that now, which I very much feel this is dad, if not many others on the other side that you have here. But this would be their way of, number one, validating that as a very special date, very important date, obviously. And congratulations, by the way. I knew you and I knew there was we had a lot in common. And maybe offline we can chat. The relationship with your dad, your 10 years sobriety, we have a lot in common. That's why you were meant to be with me tonight, but also why I felt like there was so much coming in. But more importantly, my friend, this is your dad's way of validating that date and just what a huge celebration and how proud he is of you, hon. How proud. I can feel that overwhelming just warmness of being so proud. I don't get numbers this big often unless it's a date or there's a very significant age. So May 6th being your anniversary. And the fact that it's even it's a milestone, right? It being a 10-year, that's big. That's a big milestone.
It is.
That's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Amazing.
I love it. Well, and that's what that's what they do. That's how our loved ones want to make sure that you don't question if they're ever around or doubt that they're there. Sometimes it takes these little, well, I didn't say little, these big reminders, but just, making sure that you and I got connected tonight. And then also wanting to make sure we validated some very important dates through these numbers. The other thing too, I know I've got about 2 minutes left in my show, but the other thing that I'm getting that I really feel this is, right, I feel like this can very well be from possibly your fiance, because the minute we talked about your sobriety and we mentioned that date, I immediately heard to also tell you how proud, but then also that there was an overwhelming sense of wanting to tell you how sorry. I just kept hearing him say, tell her I'm sorry I didn't make it to that point. Do you understand that?
My fiance died from an overdose 6 years ago. It'll be 6 years in April, and he didn't make it, and we tried to get sober together, and he helped me get sober, and I got sober, and he didn't, and that was so thank you so much for that.
Oh my gosh, you're so welcome, hon. I truly believe in, amazing, timing, divine timing. And, I would absolutely love, I've got probably about a minute left, but if you go and check out my Facebook page, it's Mini Medium, just like my show, and shoot me a message. I just want to have a little offside chat with you. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh my gosh, me too, hon. Me too. Well, it's been a pleasure, and thank you so much for calling in, and I'm so happy that we got these beautiful connections, and I can't wait to talk to you soon.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate everything. I'm in tears. You hit everything.
Well, hopefully happy tears.
Yeah, happy tears. Thank you so much.
Good. All right, honey, you're so welcome. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good night.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, guys, that goes by so fast. I know just the one caller, but it was so needed tonight. So I will see you guys next week, same day, same time. Have a great great week. Bye, guys.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for the Mini Medium with Stephanie Cowan. Live from TarotWithSteph.net. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the Mini Media on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network. You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Divine Heart Channeling with Ivana Botic. Search Divine Heart Channeling on Facebook and all other social media. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Divine Heart Channel on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, beautiful souls. I'm your host, Ivana, and want to say thank you again for having me. And before we start, I would like to say again, thank you for all of your questions. The Guardians wanted me to start this show with one general message for everyone that asked about their love lives and about soulmates and stuff like that. So the Guardians wanted you to know, guys, that they wanted to suggest to you that you can put some kind of list for yourself to see what do you want to have in your life. What is that make you excited? What is something that make your heart jump? To see how can you first love yourself completely, and then you can start looking around you, when you start shining your true self, your true light, your soulmate will come. It's there behind the corner already. You just need to open your eyes and open your heart first to love yourself and then to love others. With that being said, I would like to answer to the question for Arshia. I'm not sure am I pronouncing your name very well. I'm sorry for that, my dear. You wanted to know, will your project get approved and supported? And will you be called to live in another city in a month? The guardians are showing me you can, let's say like this. I'm sorry, because guardians sometimes giving me the sensations, not always a word or a picture. They want you to know that how much do you believe in your project? How much did you put yourself in that project? You are the one who is making your own reality. They are showing me like you doing bucket list, like check this. If you fulfilled everything that's on your side and you did it with your open heart, with the wish for something bigger, for better, for your life, to create your life the way you want, it will go your way, if that make any sense. And about the living in another city in a month, because the guardians are not, they don't have a linear timeline like we do. They are multidimensional beings and everything happens in this moment as we speak. And when you give me your question, it's from this moment right now. They are seeing. It could be in a month, it could be in 2 months. But guardians want you to not be disappointed or to go hard on yourself. It doesn't happen in a month. It will happen. But at the moment when you are ready for it, you need to decide that you are ready. And what the guardians are suggesting is that you can do like journaling. Put stuff that you are grateful for. See where you find yourself most like fulfilled. And that's when it's like the word I'm looking for is you will say when you're gonna move, if that make any sense for you. And also the guardians like showing me there is a big work behind all of it. And they are very proud of you, and you should be very proud of yourself. So I hope that makes sense. I would love you to leave me a message or just to tell me how that resonates with you. Also, like I always said, if something resonates for you, it doesn't have to be your question. Whoever is listening, if that resonates, it's for you also. The next person I would like to give an answer to a question is Annette. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm sorry if I didn't. Your question is there any spirit that's coming through and what message do they have for you? The guardians of records, of Akash, they are showing me there was a big, I will not say struggle, but like a fight you fought, that you coming out of it like very victorious. They are showing me there is a like bunch of people, bunch of your loved ones, bunch of masters and teachers behind you. They are cheering for you, they are rooting for you, they are holding your back every step that you take. And they want you also to know that you can do exactly what you put your mind to it. Just don't be afraid, don't get in that fear-based state, because you will close yourself. And everything we do, when we do from heart, it's always different frequency. It's always pure and clear. That's why keep continuing to do what you do. You are doing it perfectly right. And there is nothing wrong. There is nothing bad. There is only love for you. And one more thing the guardians are like showing me is they want you to ask yourself, are you giving yourself enough self-care? Do you take care of yourself enough? Do you do stuff that you love to do? If not, you know what you need to do. Of course, there is always suggestion for the guardians. They will never say us, do that or do this. So I hope also that resonates, and I hope you will leave me some message or just to let me know how this resonates with you. And also, guys, I wanted to make this show a little bit different. I love to answering your questions, but also I would like to guide you through this amazing time we are living in, through this amazing spiritual awakening that is happening every day for many, many people. I'm here to help you understand, to navigate, not only to be confused and scared and be like, I need someone else to fix my situations. I'm not going to say problem, as you can see, because everything is a situation. The way you look at the things, the way you see the world is unfolding for you. So first thing I would like you to share with you is to give you a little bit, how can you put yourself centered? How can you ground yourself in like so quick way that it's going to make wonders for you? First thing, also when your anxiety hits or stress, or you feel like you are lost and you losing breath, this is the perfect practice exercise you can do. First, what you can do is you can sit straight. You can put your legs down the feet. Don't cross anything, not your fingers, legs, nothing. Open your heart. Go to your heart space. Your heart space is right between your heart chakra and solar plexus, is where your ribs meet. You can put your awareness into your heart space. You can breathe in deeply, hold a little bit, and breathe out. And again, breathe in, hold a little bit, breathe out. You can do it for like 3-5 times, whenever you feel like it. And you will feel the change. You will feel the way your heart is not racing. You will feel like your head is starting to be clear. Your mind is clear. It's not that foggy. It will help you. Also, what I want to say to you guys about the Akashic readings. I know this is a new subject here and that you are used to on the psychic mediums, where they speak with our loved ones that are passed. Akashic records are a little bit different, as we said in the previous episode, but with the guardians of our records, we have masters behind us. Masters could be, let's say, if you believe in Jesus, Buddha, Shiva, those kind of figures are our masters. Our teachers also can be big names, also like deities, different deities, and we have the loved ones. That's our loved ones that choose to be by our side, that they didn't want to go again in another human life, but they decide to be by our side and to give us guidance and unconditional love. When Akashic record is opened, they come through with suggestion. How can we make our life better? What can we do to make the life we desire? What are the steps that we can take for our, not only business or love, but also for our spiritual path? How can we make our reality the way we desire, the way we want? That's why I always say the guardians don't want to be like not yes or no questions. They want a more open-ended question, so they can give you exactly the suggestions, and they can give you guidelines in which you can go and make that life that you want. So I hope this resonates with you. I hope you are getting a little bit more familiar with the Akashic records and what can you accept. Again, I'm sorry about my English. What you expect with this show. And I want to say again, thank you for being here. And thank you for having me. Oh, thank you, Dave, for saying that my English is perfect. You're awesome. And hope to see you at my next show. Be free to send me the messages. I would like to hear what you are thinking about and what do you want me to talk about also. And we can always answer some questions. Thank you so much. I know I said thank you too many times, but it's never too many times because I'm here to help you grow and to guide you, and be free to call me. Thank you so much for this.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapano. Mary Shapano. Live from MaryVCircles.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Understanding Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of Understanding Spirit. I'm your host, Mary. Hope you're all having a really good week. As usual, I've done a 3-card pull, so just take a moment to tune into whether you're connecting with the first, second, or third card. Okay, we're going to start. All right, the first card. If you pick number 1, this is the card that I drew. This is a card for you to just enjoy your intuition at the moment. Connect with the better things that are going on in your life right now. Don't focus on anything that's negative. Just stay with the positive. And I feel like your intuition hasn't really let you down. Pretty much how you tune in, that's how it kind of all works out for you. And I also saw that when you're going through a hard time, that's when you're connecting, the strongest and the most with spirit. So just ask for guidance and just stay strong with your connection. Don't feel like you've been abandoned or anything. And I can hear my guide giving advice as well. She wants me to just say your cup is never half empty or half full. All right, that's an illusion. You always have the power to fill up your cup. All right, it's really up to all of us to want to do that. Okay, so never feel lost or you're lacking or anything. Just look at what you can do to correct that for yourself. Okay. And if you have picked number 2, you got this card. Now, you may be feeling a little bit stagnant at the moment, not knowing what direction to go in, but that's okay. Just use this time to just readjust and reset yourself. All right. So if you think like, I don't know which way to go, I don't know what to do, just spend some time either alone with yourself, away from people's opinions, and just sort of see what resonates with you, which way you want to go, or you can sit in meditation and just see how you connect and what information you get through the meditation. But I'm just saying that whatever you're looking for, it's not far away. It's coming to you. You're just not able to sort of see it right now. And if you are feeling like you are drawn to a higher calling, right, and you just don't know what that is, my guide is saying you definitely need to sit in meditation and ask what that is and how to move forward, to ask for the right people to come to you at the right time to help you move forward and make that connection as well. Okay, because there's a big awakening happening around the world. A lot of people are tuning in. And so if you're feeling like you've got to do something but you don't know what it is, then ask for that kind of assistance. Even if you're not intuitive, just do it. All right, and see what pops up for you. All right, we always have our loved ones around, and your guide and angels are always with you as well. Okay, if you've picked the 3rd card, then this is the card for you. All right, now with this card, I'm getting that a lot of times when you're happy, the support that you're getting, the assistance that you're getting from your guide and angels and any loved ones can go unnoticed, all right? Because we're happy, we're not sort of really acknowledging any assistance that we're getting. Whenever you feel good, just give, a shout out to yourself and be like, thank you, for whoever's that helped me, in spirit with this. And always when you are feeling like you are a bit lost, ask for assistance, okay? And it will be there. And, all I can hear right now is ask and you shall receive, ask and you shall receive. That's what my guide's saying, okay? So you'll always get assistance and make that connection with spirit. Even if you're not aware with them, they're still there to help you, okay? I hope that's helped somebody. Now I've got Hannah on the line. Hannah, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Hannah. How can I help you today?
Oh, man, however you can help, I suppose. I'm really interested in all of this. I've had some readings in the past, and I'm always just fascinated and interested to hear whatever you guys have to tell me.
Okay, beautiful. Hannah, I do feel that you are quite, shall we say, inspirational and full of hope. I feel like you're quite intuitive. Does that make sense for you?
Yes.
Okay. I do have a spirit here, and I'm going to see whether this spirit is for you. I always do check if one's sort of running because I don't know if it's for the caller or for later in my day. there is a elderly lady here, and she's got her hair set. It's kind of like a grey colour, and she's a little bit plump, and she's kind of wearing like an apron, a little cardigan that might be like a twin set of a knit of some sort, and she's got a bowl and she's kind of like stirring and cooking, maybe like baking. Does that make sense for you? Do you know anyone in spirit like that?
Yes, my mother's mom, my grandma.
Oh, lovely. Okay. I'm very happy because I did feel that this was for my caller, but sometimes the callers don't recognize the spirit. Now, are you happy to receive some messages from her?
Absolutely, yes.
All right, beautiful. Okay, because I really felt with her that, you know, if she could help, she would, right? And she just came in very quickly. As soon as I sat down, she came in very quickly. She wants you to know not to allow others to intimidate you, all right? And to just be strong and stand your ground and not be sort of even, I don't know if bullied is too harsh a word, but along that line, don't be even gently forced to make a decision that you don't want to make. Is that relevant for you right at this moment?
I would say that's a pattern throughout my whole life, yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Grandma's coming in. Time to stop that pattern, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Now, I don't know if you have wanted to write anything, but she was just like, write that story. Does that make sense for you?
Yes.
Okay. And she was like, don't muck around with it, just kind of do it. All right. The other thing, okay, I did write something down. Hang on before I forget it, because I could hear this. She was singing, all right, and I wrote it down. And it was, it's a little kids rhyme kind of thing. And it's, if you're this is directly for you. If you're special and you know it, clap your hands. If you're special and you know it, clap your hands. Then you really ought to show it. If you're special and you know it, clap your hands. Now, I don't know if you're a teacher or if she was, but I saw it like a classroom kind of setting, or it could be just for you to learn this lesson about yourself. Does that make sense for you?
Yeah, it does, yes.
Okay. And she is also pointing, there's a little saying, I don't know it very well, but she was like, when the nose knows it knows, and she goes like that. And she's like, trust your instincts. You know, you know what you know. Okay. She just wants you to be very proactive with your life. Have you come out of a little bit of conflict where you've wanted one thing and somebody else has wanted something else? It would have been either right now or just recently.
I'm sure. I can't think of anything large, but I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right. She's just she's bringing it up because she just wants you to do some soul searching and some self-reflection around that, and just don't make decisions unless you know where you're going with them and what you're going to do around them. All right. Now, she's, I'm just hearing actually my guide is stepping in as well now, and she's saying, like, be the high priestess of your life. Tune into your intuition, right, and what your gut is telling you to do. But just center yourself and just kind of like block out, you know, the white noise. Okay. Has anything come up with you around money at all, or you have any concerns around money issues?
Yes, I'm actually a stay-at-home mom, and so I don't bring any money in, and that is a heavy weight.
Okay, all right. Well, what I'm getting is to start having a look at what you do want to do and start setting some goals for yourself around that, and start moving in that direction. You can still do things from home. I'm also being told if you need to do like an online course, do it. This could also be involved around learning how to write stuff, or I'm not saying you don't know how to write, but if you wanted to write a story or something like that, but just plan what you want to do, and take advantage of any opportunity that kind of comes your way. I do feel you'll have some good news around this, as long as you make the effort to move forward with it. I do feel you can have success around any kind of little job or something that you start for yourself. Also, I'm being told the truth will come out. So if anybody has sort of been saying anything negative about you, or has tried to make out like something is you, but it's not, there is a truth that's going to come out, but you just move forward with yourself, all right? And what you want to do in your life, but make plans in your head and push through by yourself, okay? It doesn't mean you have to leave anyone, but just push through by yourself. Does that make sense for you?
It does, yes.
Okay, Hannah, I'll just see if there's anything else. I just feel like you're in a pattern now of self-discovery, and you've just really got to look at that and work yourself out and what you want to do, and you will be fine, okay? As long as you take care of you, because I don't feel like anyone else is going to. You've got to do this, all right? And your grandmother is here. She's clapping and supporting this all the way for you, okay?
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Hannah. All the best with everything. Okay, you take care.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Maria Leggett's Medium Show with Maria Leggett. Maria Leggett. Live from MariaLeggett.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Maria Leggett's Medium Show on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Reverend Maria Leggett, and I am coming live to you from Dayton, Ohio. Today is the day after my 55th birthday. So happy birthday to me. Whoop, whoop. Pisces are amazing human beings. We are naturally connected to all things water and psychic ability. So I love being able to do what I do for a living. Thank you, producer. I see a thing that comes across the screen. This is happy birthday. I truly love what I do. I love being able to help other people. And I have a beautiful new announcement that's going to be coming out on April 1st. If you are one of my email subscribers, you already know what it is. And I just am so excited and thrilled to do all the things that I do, being of service. Earlier today, I did a podcast record with Chuck Tuck from Amazing People, Amazing Things. And if you've never listened to his podcast, what an amazing human being, bringing light to so many different paths. And we talked today about how mediumship can help with the grieving path. And so if you are grieving or dealing with something very difficult, being able to seek out a medium is wonderful for you because it can help you to bring clarity and information to a situation that you may not understand. One of the things that I think is super important that we talked about today on Chuck's podcast that I'd also like to mention today is if you know someone in your life or love someone deeply who has passed away from a self-inflicted wound, whether it's suicide, however that is, it's important that all of you know that there was nothing that you could have done to have stopped that outcome. Every single soul that I have ever read who has committed suicide or chosen to take their life, whatever word is comfortable for you, they've all said to me, there was nothing that anybody could have done to have stopped me. And there were people who would have called them the same day, people who would have come over the same day. And of course, then we have people who hadn't seen them for a couple of weeks. There was nothing that you could have done that would have intervened to have stopped them from doing what they did. And so it becomes really important that we talk about this and we can release the guilt that is associated with so many people who may be struggling with this in their lives right now. And so I just want everybody to know that Spirit loves you. They are not mad at you. There's nothing to forgive. And they want you to know how much they appreciate the time that you spent in their lives. And with that, I would like to welcome Peyton to the show. Hi, Peyton. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How may I be of service to you today, Peyton?
To be honest, my mom just texted me saying I'll be getting a call and I gotta answer it. So I don't really know.
It's always ominous when mom takes that call, it gives that message and says, hey, you're going to get this text and you need to answer it.
Yeah, it really is, especially from her.
So is that really what you want to know about? Is there anything else that you're interested in?
I don't know. I've been really worried about me getting a new job and all because I can't really find anything that I really enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just life.
So one of the things that I want to ask you, Peyton, I can hear Spirit very clearly saying, do you know what you really enjoy?
No, not really.
Exactly. And that's why you're having a difficult time finding a job that you enjoy. Because Spirit's showing it to me as though it's almost like a confusion state for, I'm not really sure what it is that I like, so I don't know what to go for. And they're showing it to me as though you're applying for jobs that you feel are going to be easy peasy and they should be hiring me, but they're not. So you're getting very confused and frustrated with that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so what your Spirit team wants you to know is they're not coming to you because you have said, bring me a job that I'm going to enjoy and have fun with. However, if you're not really clear on what you enjoy and what you want, how can they bring you something that they're not sure what to bring you? So right now it becomes really important for you to start thinking about, what do I enjoy? I understand that we have bills to pay, that we have very certain things that we need to do in this life. At the same time, we also need to be able to enjoy it, or we can get really bored or upset with it and don't want to do it. So this is a great time right now because we are in the waxing moon. We just had the new moon a couple of days ago. And this is a really good time to sit down and start manifesting the job that we want in our lives. So Spirit is showing it to me as though it would be time to sit down with like a pen and paper and say, okay, these are the hours that I want to work. So that means if you don't want to work weekends, then find a job that's only Monday through Friday. If you don't want to work first shift, then say I only want a job that's second shift. And then you want to tell Spirit real clear what are the things that you want so that they can bring it to you. And that's going to help you to manifest more abundance, bringing more things into your life so that you can have all the things that you're searching for. They're showing it to me as though, I want to be able to have gas money to go where I want to go. I want to be able to go to the mall and buy what I want to buy. And I'm feeling very limited by these things right now. And so figuring out what's important to you outside of what someone else wants to tell you, this is what you have to do. And this can come from conditioning from our parents growing up in a house that says, well, this is what I think you'd be good at, and that's what you should do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So being able to let go of what mom thinks, what dad thinks, what any siblings think, and truly look inside of your heart, right? Look inside of your heart and say to yourself, what do I want? What do I want to do? What makes me truly happy on this earth? And think about the things that you enjoy doing. I mean, perhaps it's time for you to do, and this is something you might want to consider because Spirit's bringing this up for a reason. Perhaps you have a hobby that you like doing part-time, and it's something that you can do to make money from. I mean, when I first started doing this work, I started doing, tarot readings or oracle card readings just a couple of times a week, and it's turned into a full-time job for me. So look at something that you enjoy and say, okay, can I turn this hobby into a job so that you don't always have to work for someone else? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because Spirit's showing it to me as though you get really tired of having to punch a clock and show up on time. Because it's, it's one of those things where being on time and having to be somewhere right at an exact time can be a pain in the butt sometimes. And that was me. I didn't like that either, which is why I like setting my own hours. And so Spirit's like, this would really help you to feel less restricted, because they're showing it to me as though I want to say the typical jobs, right? In quotes, the air quotes, typical jobs are kind of too constricting for you. You like a little bit more freedom. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And so you can think about doing things like, working for DoorDash, going and doing, rides, or you can start delivering things. I have a friend of mine who works for, I think it's DoorDash or Uber, and she absolutely loves what she does. The stuff that she posts on Facebook with the people that she meets are hysterical. It keeps all of us in stitches. And she truly loves being able to help people. And she does it all hours of the day, whatever she determines is her day that time. And she loves doing it. And that's not for everybody, but it's something that she enjoys. So finding a way that you can work for yourself while also receiving a regular paycheck at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So is there something particular that you enjoy doing that you think you'd be able to find abundance and a regular paycheck in?
See, I enjoy doing a lot of things, but I know I'm not good enough where it could financially make a living off of.
Well, but that's where you have to start switching your mindset. You may not think that you're good enough, but somebody else may. We are always our worst critic. And that's one of the things that you have to start shifting and changing in your manifestation. I am good at this. And you get better the more often that you do it. So you just have to lean into it and say, okay, I can do this. Empower yourself. Believe in yourself. I can do X, Y, Z, whatever it is. Because they're showing me, and I don't know why, I feel like I need to do stuff crafty with my hands. So I don't know if you would make little things or whatever it is, but I feel like my hands need to move. And Spirit's saying with more practice, things can get better. Does that make sense?
That totally makes sense because I absolutely love paint and photography and all of that stuff.
Perfect. And so you can start doing little things, right? Start taking little pictures and asking people, hey, listen, if I give you this picture, can you make a meme out of it, but give me credit for it? And then ask people to start posting it. That's how you start getting your name out there, small ways, and lean on your friends, lean on your family. And then once these things start getting shared over and over, then you can start making your own, a Facebook page to say, okay, here's my photography. Here are the things that I've done, my paintings. And then the more it gets shared, the more recognition you get. But your first step is for you to start doing it. Lean into it. Make a Facebook business page. Start posting. Invite all your friends to come like it. Invite all your family to come like it. And start putting your name out there and doing stuff and showing the universe, this is what I want to do. And then watch how spirit continues to bring you business, to bring you people, to put you where you need to be, rather than always working for someone else, working for yourself and finding happiness in doing those things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is time for you to start believing in yourself. Don't say I can't. I want you to think about anything is possible and what you can do and how you can do it. And just lean into spirit, right? New moon, manifest, write it all out. These are all the things that I want you to bring me, and then just start acting on it. Do one little single thing every day that you can do that's going to make a difference and get you to that point so that you start manifesting that life that you want and you deserve, so you can keep your freedom and be happy. And then, of course, keep mom satisfied at the same time, because, you know, moms have all these demands for being a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
Does that all make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Peyton, for joining the show today. I really appreciate you. Thank you to everyone else who was on the show today for watching and for being here. I am so appreciative for each and every one of you. If you would like a book for learning how to lean into your intuition, go to marialeggett.com/freebies, FREEBIES, and you can sign up for my Signs and Symbols Intuition Guide. Thank you so much and have an amazing rest of your day. See you next week.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for Your Time to Shine with Julie Yeager-Walker. Live from Wings of Souls with Julie.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is your time to shine on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. Good evening. Welcome to the middle of March. I can't believe that we are already into spring. Technically not spring for another week or so, but it feels like it here in the Pacific Northwest. We've had a lot of sun, and, you know, even me, I'm feeling spring fever when we get days like this where there's 2, 3, 4 days in a row with sun. It's like, oh, you get all excited and then boom, the rain hits the week after and it's back to cold, wet, sometimes gloomy weather. But right now, I'm going to take it because I really can use a dose of sunshine right now. And it's really funny. There are people and they're like, yep, I'm taking today and tomorrow off and making a long weekend because it's sunny. So everybody's headed to the beach, right? When it's sunny here in the Pacific Northwest, everybody heads to the beach. Everyone heads to the ocean. So, which I would love to do myself, but I know that everybody else is going to be there. So I'm going to wait one more week or maybe a couple of weeks before I do that. So I hope that you are doing well this evening and thank you so much for joining the show. I want to talk to you about being in awareness of the signs of spirit and loved ones and angels and guides and being in that awareness. And I know some of you are probably thinking, well, sure, I'm in awareness, but how do I become even more aware of my surroundings so that I can see the messages more clearly? So something that you can do, number one, as I've said in the past, it's about slowing down, right? Clearing your mind, quieting your mind to be able to recognize those messages because our brains are processing and computing so quickly on a daily basis. And that as technology evolves, we are more and more functioning at a very high level. And, our brains are moving constantly. They're not shutting off. And we are trying to do everything at the speed of sound and speed of light. So everything is just faster. So it's a matter of slowing down and just taking a breath. So some good exercises that you can do to kind of bring you into that awareness and being more aware of your surroundings is really important. And so these are just a couple of techniques that you can do to kind of slow your mind a little bit, right? So if after dinner you're at the sink and you're washing dishes, right? Just completely bring your focus into washing dishes, right? How hot is the water? What does the sponge or the wash rag that you're using on your dishes, what does it feel like against your hands, against your skin? How does the soap feel, right? How does the glass feel against your skin, right? What does it smell like? What does your dish soap smell like? What's the sound of the water, rushing over the glasses as you are rinsing them and putting them in the dish drainer? So a lot of these things are just slowing your brain down and bringing you into that focus, right? Another thing is books. I do like to read. I just haven't been able to switch over to, a Kindle or my phone or something like that. I've got to feel the pages of the book, the weight of the book. So if you are one of those that loves to read, concentrate on that. What does that book feel like in your hands? Is it light? Is it heavy? What do the pages feel like? Are the pages of the book very thin? The paper very thin? Or is it a thick type of paper? Is it smooth? Is it rough? Does the book have a smell, right? Do the pages have a smell? And, what does it sound like when you turn the page in the book? So it's about bringing all of your senses, all of your awareness to that, right? Now, if you want to get even more involved and bring in the tasting aspect of it, right? As you're cooking food or you're baking your favorite cookies, right? What are the smells? What are the sounds? What does it taste like? And as you begin to develop a lot of these senses and really put those senses out there, making them very, very useful, then it opens things up to more, right? Maybe you will catch the whiff of a certain perfume and you think, wow, that was a perfume that smells like a perfume my mom used to wear, right? Or if you taste something, wow, this brings me back to when I'm sitting in Aunt Sarah's kitchen and we're having a conversation because she always served this when we were having those conversations, right? So it's those types of things. It's really bringing in your senses to be on alert so that you can be in that awareness to hearing and seeing what your loved ones are bringing through. The questions that you're asking, right? They're coming through. And so a lot of our senses are based on, we have a lot of the heightened senses. So probably the hearing and the sight are probably our most highly used senses, right? Then comes taste and hearing and smelling, right? But you always have a couple that rise to the top. So those are great, but try using the other senses that you don't utilize as much, right? And at each one of us, it's different. So as you become more and more in awareness of those senses and being in awareness of what is directly in front of you at the moment, then you can start diving in. And then you can start bringing in more and more awareness. And you can train yourself, train your brain to slow down and notice those awarenesses. And then that's when the messages really start coming through. So try it. They're really fantastic exercises to do. And it calms the brain down a little bit, almost into a meditative type of state, where you can relax the body, relax the mind, and then more information will come in. Maybe that question that you were trying to figure out all day at work today, and you just couldn't figure out what it is. When you're doing something like that, those are the times that it comes into play. How many of you have gone out to walk the dog and you're out in nature and all of a sudden you go, oh my gosh, I know how to solve that problem. It's taken me 2 weeks to figure out how to solve that problem. It's the same thing. It's about slowing your mind down so that the answers can come in and that you can be shown what those answers are. So use some of these techniques. They might be a little cumbersome at first because it's not probably in the norm for you to slow down enough to do some of these things, to really recognize these things. So be patient with yourself as you're doing these, because it will become easier and easier. And as you start to slow your brain down, like I said, it's like a meditative state. And then you can be more calm during your days and you'll sleep better. So try some of these techniques and see how they work for you, and then see if more messages come in for you or more answers that you've been searching for, because I bet they will. All right, perfect. We are going to head to the phone lines right now. We have a caller waiting. We have Rachel in East Peoria, Illinois. Good evening, Rachel, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hi, thank you.
How are you this evening?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. What can I do for you this evening?
I'm just, I guess I've reached a lot of goals that I put for myself, and I'm trying to figure out what the next step is, because I want to keep challenging myself and making goals and hitting them. Kind of considering starting a business. I'm a little scared.
Yeah, starting a business, that's a big thing, right? That can be a big, scary thing for a lot of us, is just putting making that decision, right, can be the first step. And that's sometimes the biggest hurdle, is just to make the decision to do it. So would you like to see what is a next step for your business, or you're just wanting to look at what your next step is in general?
In general.
Okay. Okay. Let me just take a moment here to tune in and see what I come up with, and then check in with your loved ones, and then I will be right back with you. So there's just going to be a little moment of silence as I do that, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Rachel. So what Spirit is showing me right now is that it's very clear. Like, they showed me your check off list, right? And it's like check, 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 check. You've been very, very diligent in your processes to get things done. And not only just to get things done, but it's the priorities in your life to move you forward and to move you ahead. And so what they're showing me right now is that because you've done all these checks and balances, is what they're saying, it is like the next step is to take a look at starting a business. What they're showing me is that you need to sit down and kind of like make a platform for this and make an outline of what it is what that looks like for you, right? What that business piece of it looks like for you. They're showing me that you have a couple of things that you're looking at, but it's almost like you're kind of going back and forth a little bit. Well, is it this one for me, or is that for me? So now that you have all these things that you've kind of finished, you can really sit down and really focus in on what it is that you would like to accomplish, right? The biggest thing they're showing me is, if you're looking at starting a business, is like the outcome, right? What is your outcome for that business? What do you want to see it do? Not only for your customers, but for you, because you have to be that forefront person, because there's got to be, they're showing me it's got to be more than just being able to be in service to a customer. You have to be able to be in service to yourself. Does that make sense?
I have a good career now. I make good money, but my desire to be my own boss at my own hours, live life on my terms, kind of thing, is where I'm at now. I'm older. I've been punching a time clock for years, and I just feel like I need a little bit more freedom in my life.
Perfect. There you go. That's exactly it, right? It's about being in service to yourself. And those are the types of things that that they're pointing out, and they're showing you. Yes, you have to do all those things to kind of put yourself first. And it's interesting because when people think about starting a business, they're outside of themselves, right? And sometimes you have to look within yourself and say, well, what is it that I need out of this business as well? Because that's equally as important as what's outside. So they're showing me that you're going back and forth between a couple scenarios and a couple thoughts. for a business. And
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I am just, I mean, there's one main thing, and then there's a couple of things that I could add into there, and I'm not sure how to fit that all together.
Okay. What I keep hearing is keep it simple.
Okay.
So right now, keep it simple. Get something going and get it off the ground, and then start bringing in, other options. If what you are trying to bring in right now seems to be a struggle, like you can't quite make the puzzle piece work, it's because it's not the right time to do that.
Okay.
So they're basically saying, yes, those things are great and they will come, but they're saying to get started, don't make it too complicated for yourself. Just start with what you know and what you do best, right? Because out of that will come other things. You will run into a client and they're like, wow, I wish you offered this, or have you thought about that? Or did you know I went to someone who did something similar and they did this, right? And you're gonna automatically just draw off of these things, and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what I need to do, right? It's gonna come really easily. So they're saying don't try to fit. They're saying don't try to fit a round peg in a square hole. Because that's kind of what you're trying to do right now. Keep it simple. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Exciting stuff.
Right? I've just been kind of on the fence about it, and, I've got to sit down and put all my thoughts together. Just like you said, I got to get me an outline going.
Yes. Yeah. What they're showing me, the biggest thing for you is to be number one, they're saying be truthful to yourself when you're doing the outline, right? Be really honest with yourself about what this looks like. They're saying that you're an amazing manifester and you can make just about anything happen, right? So make sure that when you're doing this, that it really is what you want it to be.
Okay.
Because you may manifest something and you think, oh, I really didn't want that. Because we can manifest the good stuff and the bad stuff. So.
Right. But, with the business, not only is it for me, I want to offer services that are going to help people and, be healthy for them, healthier options than what's out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's the whole reason why you want to do this, right? And I know they're showing me to focus on you a lot, but yes, of course, the whole reason you're doing this, right, is to help others, obviously. But they're really encouraging you to not forget about yourself in the process.
Yes.
And they're
it's all
saying,
tied together.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're saying that whatever you do, make sure you walk the walk and talk the talk, right? Be that authentic person, right?
Yes, I get that because I slack myself with, the healthy habits.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Well, that is fantastic. The best of luck to you, Rachel. I know you're going to do great.
Well, thank you so much for everything.
You're so welcome. Have a wonderful evening.
You too. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Next, we have Cheyenne. Oh, Cheyenne. I'm so sorry. I said that wrong. Cheyenne in Omaha, Nebraska. Hello, Cheyenne. How are you?
Hello. Good. How are you?
Good. What can I do for you this evening?
What kind of readings do you do?
I do, I bring through loved ones and spirits and guides. Just whatever questions you have, or if you want just a general reading about something, I can do that too.
Whatever I need to hear right now, or if you can bring through any of my loved ones. So.
Okay. So let's see what they have for you this evening. I'm just going to take a minute here to tune in, and then there'll be a little moment of silence, and then I'll be right back, okay? Cheyenne, I'm seeing a lot of celebrating on the other side. They're celebrating you and some big accomplishments. They're wanting you to know that they're so proud of you. But I just keep seeing like all these balloons going up and dancing, and a lot of praise, a lot of, great job. You did a good job. A lot of hard work put in. So that's one of the first things that they want you to know.
Thank you.
What are we celebrating? That's what I want to know.
You know, I don't know. I mean, I had a hard time a couple years ago that, I made it through, I guess, but
good. Okay.
That's a little more on the
right.
personal side of things, so.
Yeah. So yeah, they're celebrating. They want you to recognize the celebration as well, right? They're showing me that a lot of times you get through this and you're like, oh gosh, okay, I got through that. But you don't really take the time to say, wow, and reflect on it and say, wow, look at what I did, right? I think that can be for a lot of people, but in particularly you. It's like, you're like, okay, well, that's great. Now I'm on to the next thing, right? I'm on to the next problem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on to the next great adventure, whatever that is. And they're asking you to slow down and really, really take stock and take a look at what you've accomplished, because you have done some really great and amazing things. And you don't give yourself enough credit for that. So they're saying, hey, take a minute, let's celebrate, right? They're even showing me like, go out and have a fantastic dessert, right? And say, wow, I deserve this because look at what I did, right? So just something to commemorate all the successes that you've had. They're showing me that they're little successes. And so in your book, they don't really add up. They don't even really count as a success, right?
Right.
You're like, oh, okay, yeah, right, whatever, that happened, right? But they're saying, no, stop, recognize it, and say, wow, okay, yep, it was a little one, but boy, it was a success, right? And add that to your little list of successes. And then at the next one, go, yep, that's it. Because they're saying all these little successes are little bitty steps forward, right? And sometimes you don't recognize them unless you are leaping like a frog forward. Like they're literally showing me this frog leaping forward.
I feel like I'm waiting for that leap.
Yes, exactly. And so they're saying, don't measure life on those leaps. Measure your life on the baby steps, because those are the important ones. And the reason they're important is because you took the step, right? It is about taking that first step and saying, yep, okay, here we go. I'm going to do this. So it's about taking those steps and then recognizing them.
Yeah, I know I'm needing a change in the job, career field. So if there's anything that comes through on that.
So what I'm getting on that is it's about, again, taking that step, taking that first step. Because I'm seeing some hesitation. They're showing me that you're hesitating and you're not really sure about that. So they're saying that you can do
schedule conflict.
Yeah, they're saying you can do that, right? But it's a matter of sitting down and getting clear with yourself and saying, is this really right for me? Right? And having those hard conversations with yourself and feeling into it and saying, okay, if I were to take this new position, if I were to change course and do something completely different, how am I going to feel in a year? Right? You're going to get a sense. It's like your soul is going to tell you, right? And if it feels really good, if you get this tingling feeling, you get this light feeling, you think, ooh, that sounds kind of nice, then make the step forward and take the step and move towards that goal. Does that make sense?
It does. I just have no idea what I want to do yet. So.
Okay. Yeah, they're saying they're saying to sit down and kind of write some things out, or what would it be if you could do anything in the world? If you could do anything or be anything, what would that be, right? And write things down that come to mind. And then go back and analyze them later and see which ones still stick, okay? That's what they're showing me for steps for you. So, and Cheyenne, we're coming down to the last couple seconds of our show, so I'm going to have to say goodnight. And I want to say thank you so much for calling in and hope that this has been helpful for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, that does it for me, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend ahead. If you would like to have a one-on-one session with me, either healing or a reading, please reach out to me on my website at wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. Wow, maybe I'll be changing my name. Have a great night, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for astrology and psychic readings with Lady D. Lady D. Live from LadyDSpsychicParties.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Astrology and Psychic Reading on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everybody, welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. I'm your host for the segment, Lady D. I hope you've all had an amazing week. So this week with the planets, not much going on actually. We still have, most of this week, we've got a sextile that happening with Venus and Jupiter, which is bringing us luck with relationships and money or financial opportunities. And then we've also got a sextile with Jupiter and Saturn, which is helping us with any issues and problems that are coming up our way. We do have a square still with Uranus. There's unexpected anger, but also more unexpected anger and frustration because it's a square. The other things that are coming up this week, we do have a conjunction with the Sun and Neptune that can create like some sort of like blurry patterns. It can create maybe something could be ending, it could be a bit of delusional. You may even be able to see through people's delusional lies that's coming up as well with that conjunction. That would be just for a day or two. And then we've also got next Thursday, so the 21st, we do have a conjunction that's happening with the Node and Chiron. A few days before that, we're going to have a conjunction with Mercury and Chiron, and before that, Mercury is going to conjunct the Node. So with that, Mercury is about our communication. It's about how we think. So that may be bringing up things about like thinking about like purpose and why we're here and destiny. When it's conjuncting with Chiron here, it may be, be careful of communication. It could be communication not going the right way or people being a bit blunt because it is in Aries, which is a very strong sign, very opinionated sign, argumentative. So just be careful of sort of communication, things that maybe not be going as you had hoped during that, towards the end of next week. That's coming up too. Where I've got in my notes for this week ahead, I've got here things seem like you need to catch up, but you can't catch up and get everything done. Be a week of a daydreamy week, feeling very daydreamy, wanting to have fun. So I feel like, if you're doing, and again, this is going on with your life purpose, like what you're here for. I feel like, if you're very fulfilled, like for example, I'm someone who likes to be, I love doing like workshops. I like doing group facilitation things, and having opportunities to do that can help me be very creative, and I like to help people. So it's able to put things all together. And in saying that, naturally, I'm not an extrovert. I'm more introverted, but I like to help people. And if I can, I love doing like things that's going to be very creative and explore my creative outlet. It really helps me and feel like I'm doing my life path work and my destiny work. That's part of the reason why I love doing the reading so much, because I feel like I'm able to help people and have a bit of insight and clarity where they may not be able to. So also we've got coming up, may feel like you're on the spotlight, so put on the spot, or people are looking at you for direction, or you're in the spotlight. So like things may seem a bit become complicated coming up this week. That again could be the Mercury conjuncting Chiron. Things don't seem right, and that could be part of the conjunction with Neptune and Chiron. And we've got things wanting to be perfect, things wanting to be a certain way. We want everything in their place, which of course cannot always be the way it is. And we've got things wanting to be perfect and needing to be able to move forward. People might feel like they just want to be able to move forward this week ahead. So let's look at the phone, who's been calling up today. So we've got here Deborah. She's in Safford in Arizona in USA. So hi, Deborah, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. How can I help you today?
I just recently filed an appeal towards justice for my daughter, and I'm just wondering, is it going to pan out? It's the only way I can go for criminal is if I win this appeal.
Against your daughter? Okay.
For my daughter, yes.
So I feel like she wants this to stop. So is it against your daughter or is it for your daughter? Because I feel like there's a sense of your daughter of wanting things to stop. I feel like she's very much in her head, and I'm just hearing her say, like, just seeing her hold her head and wanting things to stop. So is this like an appeal that you're working with her or you're working against her?
Okay.
So is this appeal that you're doing, is that you're working with your daughter or it's against your daughter? So are you like against her or you're with her?
Well, she's passed 4 years ago. She was killed by law enforcement.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. All right. What I see is a young girl. So I see like a girl who, your daughter, as I said, I can see her like holding her head and she's just wanting things to stop and being uncomplicated. I feel like maybe the situation around you is very complicated. I feel like she was a very high-spirited girl. I just feel like she had a nice smile here. Did she have long hair as well?
Yes.
I see a girl with long hair. The way I see it, it's like blonde, like not like my blonde, but like a dirty blonde, like a darker blonde, or my brown, like a darker blonde. I see it like a darker than my hair. But a very happy, slim, very happy. Okay, I feel like it was an accident as well. I feel like this is not it's not a good outcome with this. But also I just feel like that there's been an accident too. Okay, let's have a look where you were in. I just feel like it's a very complicated case. I feel like for you it's very simple. Yeah, and I feel like for you it's quite simple, like a clean cut, but I just feel like it's all complicated. I feel like there are some of the so I feel like the only thing I can sort of see is like in my head is like Law and Order on a TV show. So I'm going to say I feel like the people who are working like with the police are more against you than the people that are working with you as well. I want to say, I feel like the appeal will work. I want to say they may try to give you a deal, because I feel like this is like an offer here. So they may be trying to give you a deal that's coming up. I feel like I've got to go back to court in June, July. So I feel like there's something about June, July. I see the hammer, so they might be having to go back to court with that too. As I said, I'm not a lawyer myself, so I can only tell you what I see here. I feel like you need to be patient, but also I feel like there's a loophole. I feel like you've got to have to do a little more research into the law, the court system, or the laws, because I feel like there's some sort of loophole, or there's something you need to look at researching here. That card to me is about researching as well.
Okay.
Your daughter is at peace. I feel like she's very much with you through this journey that you're going through. And I feel like wrong time, wrong place for her as well. I feel like she had the world at her feet. Like she had so much going for her. It's just wrong place, wrong time. I just felt like she liked to stand up for people. Like she would have if something wasn't going right for someone, she would stand up and defend them to the end with her. And I feel like that's what you're doing for her, and she's thanking you for that too.
Yes.
I just keep on getting this offer here. I just feel like there's some sort of offer. I keep on hearing like June, July, and I can see the hammer down. So I just feel like, I don't know if you're going to win this appeal or not, but I feel like there's some sort of settlement that will come. They want to come. I feel like in terms of the justice side, they do want it to be settled. I kind of want it to go away. I feel like they're trying to put this under the rug. So they're trying to hide it, or they're trying to get it to go away. So I feel like they may try to like pay you off, or they wanting things to be done. But you, on the other hand, are more wanting justice. Is this your daughter? Was she really present in the community?
Okay.
I just see a plaque, so I don't know. Like I see like a little curtain with a plaque. So I don't know whether or not she was really involved in community, where there's something might be named after her or something like in her name. But I feel like there's going to be something about, say, like a little curtain, as if I'm opening up something new or something that's going to be celebrating your daughter. So I feel like there's something there that may come of this as well. I do feel like this is a tragedy, but I do say that there's a sense of you being for some sort of fulfillment and a happiness and something where you can actually put this to rest. I do feel like that, but there is a bit of blockage there. But there needs to be something you're missing. So there's more research that has to be done. I will say that.
Yes.
For you. But thank you for calling in today. As I said, I'm not a lawyer, but I can just tell you what I say and what I give. And I hope this does work well for you.
I thank you very, very much.
It's okay. So guys, thank you for joining me today. If you want to contact me, you can. My website is Lady D Psychic Parties, and my Facebook page is Lady D Psychic Parties. The best way to contact me is my Facebook page, which is Lady D Psychic Parties. My Instagram and TikTok is Lady D Psychic, and my YouTube channel is at Lady D or Danielle Psychic if you can't find me underneath Lady D. Thank you for joining me, and I'll be at the same time, same place. But for Sydney, people in Australia, in Sydney and Melbourne, it is 2:00 now, not 3:00. So same time, same place next week. So bye for now. Hope you'll have an amazing week.
A1R. The Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Asia, and thanks for watching Moonstruck. And now, back to A1R on the air. Psychic Talk Radio, now on Moonstruck TV, enlightening television.
This is A1R, the S1 Radio Network.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio.